This afternoon, we are very happy to have and welcome to the studio two doctors renowned in the field. First is Dr. Jennifer Yang, and we have who established the Philippine the performing arts medicine in the Philippines. And with her is our community minted by Unida. The rehab specialist, Dr. Ria Michaela Panis, will give us a talk on anatomy test. But first, maybe some few words from Dr. Yes, from Dr. Jennifer Yang. Thank you, parents, for being here. Yes, thank you. I work here. Okay, good morning. Okay, hi, I'm Dr. Jennifer Yang. I am a rehabilitation physiatrist, that's what they call us. So we're the doctors who look at functions. So functions, how you do things. Go to work, go to school, rest, bathroom, and that is part of the function. So one of my clinical interests is performing arts medicine, which basically sports medicine for people who dance or play instruments or act or anything. I first got interested in this deeper medical school and from there. With me, Michaela Panis. So she is one of our new graduates from our residency program at the General Hospital. And I can't do this talk because I am not a dancer, I'm a musician, and that's actually this one. She's the expert. She's a dancer and she's a doctor. So both of us are part of Pamara PH, which is the Performing Arts Medicine Advocates National Association of the Philippines. And we'd like to get new shirts. So anyway, here's Dr. Ria.
Thank you, Dr. Jenny. Let's for that kind introduction. So I will be lecturing or sharing with you a little today about the anatomy of dance. Is it okay? I see little ballerinas there. Okay, so just a little bit about myself. So I first started as a baby ballerina, similar to some of our girls here. I danced here from 4 years old until I was in high school. Eventually, I went to medicine. During that time, I thought, oh, maybe dancing is a good chapter already in my life. But one Sunday, my journey came back to medicine. And through her, we merged this love of dance and medicine and are now advocating for the health of artists, dancers, musicians alike. And thankfully, also through her, I was also able to get some further training to observe some of the international centers. So we have Harkness, we have Texas, North Texas. So from there, I was able to experience, see, observe how they treat the dancers. So just a little icebreaker. Like I saw the poster and it said ABC, so the alphabet of that. Okay, so can someone tell me or show me a dance move in ballet that starts with an A? No? Arabesque. Yes, very good. So arabesque is when Ma'am Nikki, sige pa dyan. All right, Ma'am Nikki, thank you po. Okay, how about B? That doesn't have to be a dance move, just some words related to ballet. Ballerina, good. How about the thing that you hold there? A bar. A bar, okay. And how about another one? Yes. Chasse. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so what is anatomy? What and why? Why are we doing this today? So anatomy is mainly the body structure. So if you think of if a performance, it is made up of your dance, your choreography, your dancer, but not only that, it's also the stage, It's also the lights, the music, the whole theater. So you can think of that similar to your body. Your body is made of bones, of joints, skin, your muscles. Okay, but as dancers, what we will focus more on today is the joints and the muscles. Why do we want to learn more about this? So it's because we want to learn more about the proper technique, and this will optimize, improve your performance, and most importantly, to prevent injuries. So if I can ask everyone to please stand up. Can you please stand up in first position, feet in first position, and your hand in brava. Brava. Yes. Okay. So now I want you to think about the posture because in this exercise, I want you to think about all the muscles that you're using just from standing. This is the resting position of a ballerina. Are you here? Would you like to? Okay. The resting, but actually you're not resting. You're still working. So from the head, you want your chin up, you want your neck elongated. From the shoulders, you want it down and back, chest a little bit open, and then your arms rounded, wrists relaxed, and your arms a little bit forward. Okay, while your chest is a little bit open, your rib cage and your stomach is actually close, tight here. Also, your pelvis or your butt area, you also have to squeeze it in, pull it in. Yes. And after that, your hips are rotated. This is what we call a turnout. And then your knees are straightened and your foot are also in a V position. So all of that is working in your body, even if you're just standing, even if you're quote unquote resting. Okay, thank you very much for your participation. Okay, so it's a lot. It's a lot. So let's just break it down into areas. So we will be covering the head and the neck, shoulders, the arms, the core, the hips, the legs, and lastly, the feet. So, has your teacher held your neck like that in class? Yes. What do you usually say? Chin up and long neck. So here, this means that we want the muscles at the back of our neck, which are here, to elevate. And then if you see this video on the next one, you will see how we are working all together to elongate that neck and put your chin up. So we call these the neck extensor muscle. Okay, that is what gives you the long neck. Okay, next. Which is correct? A or B? B? B. Why would you say so? What do you know? Okay, your thumbs are fine. What else? How about here in the shoulder area? What do you see? Yes, it's more open. So dancers, we want the chest to be a little bit open. So we usually say open the chest and carry the arm, right? So for us to do that, we have muscles at the front. So we call these your pectoralis muscles. Actually, it's a very big muscle. So some of those here and up, it helps you lift that arm. But these ones, you want it a little bit stretched to open up your chest. But at the same time, these are very big muscles. It is connected here down to the arm. And this one, this is your deltoid. This one, where you put your injection. That one, that is the one also that helps the arm. Okay. Now, how about at the back? Which is correct? A or B? B. Okay. Okay, Okay, actually, yeah. So what kind of difficult in terms of the positioning? Because we want the chest to be open, but at the same time, we don't want the back muscles. This is what we call the shoulder. We want them squeezing in, okay? Because that will strain your back. But we actually want the shoulder blades to be pressed to your cage, okay? How are you trying to so can you do the second position? The arms, yes. So here, if you do this one, yes, don't, di ba meron dito nine, don't squeeze it. Open it up. Yes. And so here, this is what we do. There's a scapular mobilization. Sorry, see, put it down. These are the muscles of the back. So these help keep the scapula up or your spine. So I'll just show you a video. Have you watched this? Okay, sige, sige, sige. Okay. Okay, it's kind of slow, but do you know this movement? Yes, there. What famous dance or choreography is that? Swan. Yes. So if you see her back muscles, diba, they're not pinching. When she carries her, it comes from this. This is, I think, a technique that we need the dancers to work on. Is that when they carry their arms, it doesn't just come from here. They will get tired because these muscles are smaller than the one from here at the back. So when we say carry the arms, we actually carry them from the back. Okay, this is what we call in your anatomy or biomechanics the scapulohumeral rhythm, which means that the scapula will move when your arm moves. So they help each other out. Okay, just isolating one will lead to injuries and overuse. Okay, let's move on. What position she? Yes, she will releve. Very good. If you're going up on a releve, would you like your body to look like A or B? B. Very good. Why? Because it's straight. And if it's straight, what will it do? What will it help you with? Your posture, yes. Alignment. What if teacher told you let go of the bar? Put both your hands in first position. So what would you need? You need to keep your balance, right? So this is what we call, or what the teacher usually calls, what keeps your center. Because the center, that is where you keep your balance. So here we actually, it's what we call core. But the core is actually quite a big term. It's not just your, sorry. Yes, good question. Where's the core? So usually when people think of the core, they think of just the tummy. But actually, it's this whole area, this whole trunk. Because the point of your core is to keep you centered, regardless of how much you move your arms and your legs. So usually we can think of it as the area. It's your rib cage, your tummy or abdomen, and your tail. Is that what teacher calls it also? The tail? No more. Okay, so the tail actually is pelvis fat area. So first, for the rib cage and the abdomen, these are our muscles. There are a lot of them. So these are many layers of muscles here in your abdominal area, and they do different things like push you forward, side, help you breathe. Okay, So what we want, I want you to feel under, you feel that? Your palm here, arms here, under. Okay. When they say put in your cage, what you will do, take a breath, and then when you exhale, squeeze it. Squeeze it down. There, you would feel it
Buti
coming
ko siya
down.
hinahabol.
That's the result.
Buti ko siya hinahabol.
And
Ayoko
then what's
na.
cool is that now you have to learn how to breathe in and out with that still closed. Okay. And then the abdominal
Ano
area
hinahabol
is
ko kahapon. Sorry.
oh, magpapapicture po tayo. Coming in. Okay. Next is the or the pelvis. So, right, you said that you didn't want that curved area here. So yes, you can do it, but it will be difficult, and you won't develop the right. And if we want a nice line, it is a nice line if your butt goes up. But not so much. You want to keep it up, right? Okay. So next question is, where does your turnout come from? A, the hips, B, the knees, or C, the feet? Hips? Or do you think? Hips. Yes, that's what I said. So your turnout actually comes from your hips. This is actually a usual or common cause of injury. It's because when we see the pictures of nice ballerinas, we see that their feet are very much like a straight line. But if you push that to its limit, when your hips are not so flexible, you are going to strain your knees and your ankles. Okay? So yes, the hip, and then I'll just show you the muscles. So these are actually the muscles that you use to turn out. It's here behind you, and it's actually very deep. If you poke your butt here, that's not it yet. It will help a little, but it's actually the deeper muscles that we have to with. Okay. And what we need to know is that when we turn out, the muscles used when you're just standing and turning out is actually also different from when you're doing a clean and turning out. It's a similar group, but different. There's like six of them there. That's why it's important to train the dancers to turn out both in the straight knee position and when they do their cleans. And also when you plie, so since the rotation comes from the hips, ideally, it will also follow to the knees and the foot. So what we don't like is when it's open here, but when we plie, your it will go forward or your ankles will go in. That will also predispose you to okay. So when we turn this out, the hips turn out and we do a plie, we want the knees to go over the toes in that line. Okay. So again, when we want it turned out, we also want it to turn out here on the feet. So if you push it, sometimes your ankles roll in because the muscles here get strained. Okay, so what we like for your balance is that imagine a triangle in your feet and that your balance will be here within this triangle. So if you put your weight to forward, you will strain this one, the front side. If you sickle your feet, if you sickle it and turn your ankles like this, you will sprain this other side, okay? And if you put your weight so much on the heel, you won't be able to elevate anymore. So talking about releve, so the muscles here in the releve is usually this one, the calf muscles. Okay, so that's usually actually very big when it comes to dancers because it carries a lot of weight. And then what is important here is the alignment. So you see here, it has to be straight up instead of the ankle going in or going out. Sometimes the practice there is to put a small ball in between your ankles while you go up and down so that, and then you squeeze it so that you know that you're in just one leg. Okay? So these are the muscles of your foot. These are the long ones. It helps when you're relevate. And also this one that goes up here to your toes. These are the ones that help you point your toes. To have that good point. And then we still have small, very small muscles. These are the ones, we call them the intrinsic muscles. So they're just inside your foot. And these are the ones we have to train so that the feet will become stable when we go on. So here you see how the movement of her pointing, it starts from the ankle to the arches and then down to the last line of the toe. And here you can see that when our dancer is on point, on her point, that same position is being done. But the difficult part is all your weight now are here on the face. So common problems also, again, the rolling in. And then here is when we clench the toes. So this means that the balance is off again. And instead of using muscles at the back, we're using the ones here in front. So again, why are we studying this? Because we want to prevent injuries. So why, how can we do that? It's one, we do a proper warm up to heat up the muscles, get them ready. And at the end of the class, we also cool down so that we give them time to relax. And then we teach them the proper technique and the form, which means that when they do the dancing from baby ballet to intermediate, we focus on which muscles they are using and how their bodies are aligned. And then we give adequate rest and then nutrition and hydration, which I think you talked about during your last session. So again, we are from Pangmanat Beach. Thank you very much for having us.
Maria, thank you. I think it's a beautiful talk, and we are glad that we recorded it. So then we will be looping it in the studio so that our dancers will be smart dancers. And they know exactly how their body, the biomechanics. So it's very important. Next month will be prevention. So last month we had nutrition. The next one is injury prevention. We're hoping that this year we will be able to do all of this series, all for our dancers. And we hope to be able to educate them properly. So thank you, Dr. Priya, and of course, Dr. Jenny. Jenny Sorda. So all the way from PGH. Few words, Dr.
But more words. Well, thank you very much for your attention. Yeah, this is one of our passion projects on injury prevention and management of musculoskeletal and neuromotor in performance arts. A fairly new field. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yes.